and I'm just doing a little experimentation today again. And if you tired of the notifications, I do apologize extremely, but practice makes perfect, So let's see what we got. Hopefully, things have started up correctly, and I'm just yeah, I think we good right now. So good morning. How's your life? And that's what's up. That's what's up. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I came up with an idea. Well, we came up with an idea. And I think it would be dope, like, and I'm not sure when, but like if everybody on the show submitted videos, and we can elicit discussion. It may be a teaching video. It may be whatever, whatever you feel like in our community you want us to talk about. Okay. And we'll chop it up after that. And like I wouldn't know what Afi wanted to put up. Afi wouldn't know what I wanted to put up. Like Rome wouldn't, back to vice versa. And y'all wouldn't know. And we just chop it up thereafter. And I don't know if it's redundant. I don't know if it's a lot of people out there doing it. And if it is, let me know. But I came up with a few for today, just in case. And a couple, in my opinion, I don't really need. There's nothing to be said, But that's just up to me. So shout out to you, man. I hope life is great. If not, I hope this makes it just a centimeter better. So salute to you, team. Salute to you, fam. Salute to Afi. Salute to Rome. Let's roll.
And tonight I'm going to tell it like it is, because I'm going to give you Petey Green's interpretation of Black history. When Jack Johnson got a note from the Ku Klux Klan saying, get up tonight and we're going to hang you tomorrow. And he went on to knock the sucker out in the 63rd round. That's the Black history. When the Japs came out of Pearl Harbor in 1941, December the 7th, they come out the sun, hit over top of Pearl Harbor, land coming around, dropping bombs. Here's a black man down in the galley, which is known as the kitchen, who had never manned a gun before, had never shot no gun, because that time black people in the Navy didn't do nothing but wash floors and cook and wash pots and pans. He throwed off his apron, ran up on the deck, and shot down 22 Japanese Zeros. His name was Dory Miller. That's Black.
Dope.
History is made at your own dinner table. History is made in your backyard, in your school. I'm sweating now, because I'm fired up.
That was dope. That was very, 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 very dope. And the shit he said about old boy in the Navy, like, man, it just really makes you, appreciate us so much more. Not that I didn't appreciate us before, but like when you hear stories about people that otherwise don't get to shine, and I just happened to stumble across that today. So I love history. I really do. I don't research, and I should. I do. That kind of makes me want to learn a little bit more. And I guess I'm weird in that my inspiration to learn comes from unique places, I guess. But wherever yours comes from, that's dope. But I just enjoyed that video. I really did. Thought it was dope. And shout out to Petey Green, man. If you do not know that man, he is a legend. A legend. If you doing a radio show, you owe some thanks to Petey Green. If you back. Put it that way. Like that man put in work and put on for his city. So shout out to him. This is another one, and you know what? I want to see if I can actually get a person in here. Where you at, King Hebrew? You must be asleep. I know it's early in the morning on a Sunday. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, but it is what it is. Let's see what we got next. You know what? Let's do this Fred Hampton. I'm a fan of Fred Hampton. I don't know if fan is the appropriate word, but like I really thought the brother was a strong brother and a strong candidate to truly, truly, truly lead us to greatness. And how they murdered him. Oh, Rest in peace to that king.
My fans ask why
I see. I had already had this queued up and everything, and it just went right back to this commercial on its own. So for that one, yeah, I don't know how I can resolve that outside of turning each one into an MP4, and that would kind of defeat the purpose. So I do see a chink in the armor of the show idea already. But I think we just have to live with the commercials. It'll be all right, and maybe that'll be less likely that they'll pull a video afterward. You feel me? So, hey, Russ is dope anyway. We talk about the commercials too if you want to. All right, it's sad that this is what they put before Fred Hampton, though.
You basically knowing my ideology, and basically you knowing me knowing yours, you can support some of our programs. Is that what you're saying?
Why not?
And you believe in programs like the Breakfast with Children program and free health clinics? Right on, brothers?
We believe they're good things.
Uh-huh.
As a focal point to organize their mothers and fathers.
Uh-huh.
Peace.
Mm-hmm. There's no educational program here?
That's come out of the social action thing. You set that up, bro. I mean, we can't put everything on one piece of paper.
What about this bank?
Credit union?
Mm-hmm.
Credit union. Credit union, my brother.
Is a bank.
Are you hip to credit unions? It is a bank.
Yeah, you go and borrow money?
Yeah, it's a bank. It's a bank. Owned by the people. Run for the people. And by the people.
Uh-huh. What will money be given out to people for?
Well, the people would decide that. You want to buy, whatever, the people in the community decide. You need some living room furniture, maybe? You need a car, maybe?
See, the thing is with me, you dig, I need to know some more about it. I wish you had some more literature about the educational thing here. Because, you dig, as far as we're concerned in the struggle, the way we look at struggle is that this depends on the educational thing, you dig. Because
this depends on the education. Well, the whole thing.
No, but in the end, this does. You can form this with no education. You can form this and this.
No, not the way we're talking about forming it. Right. We're talking about forming it right. It's not on the paper. We didn't write it on the paper.
You can form it right with no education.
No.
Let me give you an example. Jomo Kenyatta formed the excellent revolution with no education. And on the day of the end thing, Jomo told the motherfucker, said, well, you can educate, hate the enemy, but I'm your brother. I'll help you lead the revolution. Now I'm going to oppress you. Another example, Papa Doc in Haiti. Papa Doc in Haiti hated everything white. Man, you couldn't put this white paper in front of Papa Doc's face. But he moved all the white people out and he took over and be oppressed. He did, because of no education. And the people that had been educated, they just said that we don't hate the motherfucking white people, we hate the oppressor, whether he be white, black, brown, or yellow. So we got to know the educational program to find out what it's going to be in the finale. A lot of people, Jomo Kenyatta is called never a revolutionary, but an ex-revolutionary. So is Papa Doc. They brought on a successful revolution. That thing in the Mao's was a bitch. Bantu freedom fighters, all that kind of action. But what we're saying is that it's the end. But you don't judge Castro now. You can't do it. Nobody in this room could judge whether Castro's going to be a revolutionary or not. You know what I mean? We're talking about things, you know what I mean, with China, the People's Republic, and even at the stage they're in now, talking about even going on further into a communistic state. That's what we're talking about. Those are revolutionary. So we got to understand here the educational program that you have to be able to figure out whether it will go on the right lines where the people will end up in a situation where they can be able to really control themselves. You understand what I'm saying? With no education, the people take this local foundation and start stealing money because they won't be really educated to why it's the people's thing anyway. You understand what I'm saying? With no education, you have neo-colonialism instead of colonialism, like you got in Africa 9, like you got in Haiti. So what we're talking about is there has to be an educational program. That's very important. As a matter of fact, it's so important for us that a person has to go through 6 weeks of our political education before he can consider himself a member of the party, able to even run down ideology for the party. Why? Because if they don't have an education, then they're nowhere. You dig what I'm saying? They're nowhere because they don't even know why they're doing what they're doing. You might get people caught up in the emotionalist movement. You understand me? You might get them caught up in because they're poor and they want something. And then if they're not educated, they'll want more, and before you know it, they'll be capitalists, and before you know it, we have Negro imperialists.
Rest in peace. Sincerely, rest in peace. That's a very powerful video right there too. And I personally, and let me know if you can hear me. If you can't, I should be good, but you know, I'm trying to get some more work in. But the premise of this type of show is basically I got about 5 videos, clips, short ones, and just basically as discussion pieces. And what would happen is, like, Afi would submit a couple, I would submit a couple, Rome would submit a couple, and we can kind of center the conversations around those. And we could just like Skype call in. So I was kind of doing a good looking King Hebrew. I was kind of just, you know, kind of just a practice run, if you will. So I got another clip, and I want your opinion on this, King Hebrew. This one is, man, this is going, you know, this one might, whoo, just hold on one second.
Well, has Flipper told you about his loving wife and daughter?
Yes, yes.
Excuse me.
You think I don't understand about the white woman committing black adultery, but I do.
Now, Daddy, no sermons, please.
You see, there was a lot of lynchings down in Willacoochee, Georgia, where I come from when I was a boy.
Willacoochee, Georgia. What a name.
Coochie.
White man say to his woman, baby, you are the flower of white southern womanhood, too holy and pure to be touched by any man, including me. I'm gonna put you up on a pedestal so the whole world fall down and worship you. And if any nigger so much as look at you, I'll lynch his ass. She believed him, thought she really was holy and pure like the Virgin Mary. She let him put her up on that pedestal. Meanwhile, the husband, no sooner than the sun went down to the slave quarters, grabbing up every piece of black poontang he could lay his hands on, then running to the gin mill to brag about it. And that's how our blood got diluted. Mulattoes, quadroons, octoroons. And I'm sure that most of those high and mighty white ladies felt abandoned, but they were so proud to be white and therefore superior. They kept their mouths shut and their legs locked tight. But in the midnight hour, laying there, alone, on the hot bed of lust, I'm sure they must have thought what it would be like to have one of them big black bucks the husbands were so desperately afraid of. I feel sorry for you. Here it is, the 90s, still trying to make up for what you missed out on. But I don't blame you. As for the black man, like my own son Flipper, who ought to know better, got a loving wife and daughter, still got to fish in the white man's cesspool, I have nothing but contempt. Excuse me. I don't eat with whoremongers.
But you knew she was coming.
That's all right, Mama. That's all right. It's all right. Andrew, we're leaving.
Let's go. Mama, I'm sorry.
But you invited them.
First off, the petty level is on a gazillion. Oh my goodness, that petty level was off the chart. Oh my goodness. Secondly, like, that was a really powerful thing to do to make a point to his son. It really was. I'm not sure. I want to say, damn, what was that movie with Wesley? Well, it's obviously Wesley Snipes, but what was that movie? Oh, damn. And it's gonna come to me after the show, and it's something really. I'm telling you, we'll both be like, "Oh hell yeah!" Once we get it. Oh man, you know what? And I'm gonna have to look that shit up. Like I'm gonna have to Google up Wesley Snipes movies, because I'm so not sure. But that was a powerful clip. What you think about that, bro? You know, and more than just what do you think about the clip itself, what do you think about the act of his father inviting them over specifically just to tell them both that? And another thing I would add too is, have we almost inflated the reality of those numbers as well? Because we talk about it a lot, but and I'm trying to look it up, bruh. So if the live stream is screwing up, that's why I'm trying to look something up. So I do apologize. It looks like it's going pretty good though, and I just cannot find it for Jack Diddley. But I'm curious. I'm curious to know your thoughts on that one. You know, and even if you hear it after the fact, let us know. You know, like at that point in time that you hear it, make a comment. Let us know what you think about that clip. You know, wow. And I know that one right there will probably bring out a really staunch opinions on one way or the other. So I think I'm just gonna leave that one and out in the atmosphere, so to speak. You know, and bro, if you got any clips though that you think would be something dope, you know, you can submit something too, bro. You know, especially since it's just me and you, and we can roll from there. And I think I got myself unmuted. Yeah, okay, we good with that. I got a couple more, and I was gonna, after I play this next one, and this one is from Richard Pryor. Actually, this is pretty funny too, but I think it would make for some good commentary also. So hold on this one.
Never thought I was going to get this done. Never thought I was going to.
Yeah, they hit me with the commercial again. Sad that I can't do. I wish I'd at least skip the ads on this shit, but I can't. If you use OBS and you know how to skip the ads, please let me know. And like on the screen, like when I'm talking, it's getting red a lot. So I don't know if that means I'm screaming too loud or not. If I'm too loud, please let me know. I would like to be able to get, you know, all the kinks out as quickly as possible. I'm trying to figure out how to use this Skype situation. You know, so if anybody out there volunteers to call in Skype to see if I can link it into the OBS, that would be very dope. And I'll give you the number. Hold on, let me see if I got it in I do. It is 1-216-539-0659. And you know what? Let's do this. We're gonna put it in there. Hold on 1 second.
May I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, the 40th President of the United States.
Tom Matthews, UPI. Mr. President, earlier this year you said that you would travel anywhere in the world to further the cause of peace. Considering the worsening situation in the Mideast, are you planning a trip there in the near future?
We have no definite plans as of yet to go to the Mideast, but we do plan maybe perhaps in a couple of years if the settlement and the agreements have not been reached by that time.
Paul Onaki from Honolulu News. Mr. President, the Senate has voted to proceed with development of the neutron bomb. Don't you feel this will impede further progress in the SALT talks with the Russians?
Quite contrary to that fact, the matter of nuclear existence deals with atoms and atomic weapons, not with neutron weapons. The neutron bomb is a hold-cost weapon. It is not in the cellular realm of reality. We're trying to hold it in place, and it's a neo-pacifist weapon.
Clarence Richards, AP. Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to ask you a question which I'm sure the American people would like to know. Do you feel that within the fiscal year, the unemployment rate will drop below the 5% level?
Well, as you know, the 5% level pertains mostly to, if I may say, white America. In the black America, the minority situations is up to as high as 45%. And we plan to, with all our efforts, try to lower that rate to about 20% in the black areas, and of course it will be lower in the white areas, of course. We're trying to do this and merge a United States.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Arthur Williams, Chicago Sun-Herald. You've just okayed a $250 million increase in our space program. What I'd like to know is the main reason you did this so we can finally recruit black people for the space program?
I feel it's time that black people went to space. White people have been going to space for years and spacing out on us, as you might say. And I feel with the projects that we have in mind, we're going to send explorer ships through other galaxies, and no longer will they have the same type of music, Beethoven, Brahms, and Tchaikovsky. From now on, we have little Miles Davis and Charlie Parker. We're going to have some different kind of things in there. That's right. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Roberta Davies, Jet Magazine. Mr. President, on your list of candidates for Director of the FBI, are you including the name of Huey Newton?
Yes, I figured that Huey Newton is best qualified. He knows the ins and outs of the FBI. And he would be an excellent director.
Yo, Blood. Brother Bell from Ebony Magazine. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
All right.
Right back at you, bruh. Let me know if it's an echo right here.
What you looking at, Snow White? Brother, about blacks in the labor force. I want to know what you're going to do about having more black brothers as quarterbacks in the National Football Hunting League. Okay.
The National Football Hunting
We
League.
have lots of black quarterbacks, but we're going to have black coaches and black owners of teams. As long as it's going to be football, going to be some black in it somewhere. Right. Doing something about it.
Right on, brother.
I'm tired of this mess that's been going down. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Ever since the Rams got rid of James Harris, I've been my job in up top. What is it?
Mr. President.
Yeah, what?
You already tight.
Mr. Bigby, Mississippi Herald.
Sit down. Yeah, what is it?
Mrs. Fenton Carlton Macker, Christian Women's News. Mr. President, since you've become president, you've been seen and photographed on the arms of black women.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Look at it.
Quite frankly, sir, you've been courting an awful lot of white women. Will this continue?
As long as I can keep it up. I mean, why do you think they call it the White House?
Mr. President. Yeah, Mr. President. Now, your predecessor, President Carter, now his mother was a nurse before
What is your question about, sir?
Questions about your mother if you want to be
It's okay. Please, let's take it easy. The man has a right to ask the question.
Oh my goodness.
Please, let's have some decorum. Now, what is the question about my dear mother?
And I'm sorry if it echoed through the whole point, through the whole thing. I will be replaying this video though.
Well, your mother was a maid in Atlanta. Yeah. Now, after your tenure, if your mother goes back to being a maid, right? Will your mama do my house?
Bruh, that was, oh my goodness, my stomach is hurting so bad, man, from laughing. That was one of the funniest skits I think I have ever seen. And to go back to the last one just a little bit, and actually this one kind of touched on it too, though, because there are some people that would not find some of the humor in that, especially, you know, like the just blatant I'm doing white chicks, would not find that funny at all, and I ain't mad at them. You know, but honestly, it was just funny to me, to keep it a stack. It was hilarious. But do I think that black love is dead? No. I don't think that we're getting married as we used to, but I think that is more of a cultural change throughout society as opposed to just focalized on black folks. I think the institute of marriage itself has been diminished significantly culturally. So, you know, but if you look at the numbers, like black men are, they spend more time with their children than any other culture in the population or race or ethnicity or whatever you want to say. But we spend more time with our kids. We're just not married to the women. And there's some people that will argue that that's a good thing, that's a bad thing. I don't know. I like being married. You know, there are some good things. You know, there's good and bad to everything, but I don't think black love is dead. Just flat out. I think we don't report it enough. We don't talk about it enough. Like I would like to do a show with some black couples. You know, I like to find a black couple that's been together 50 years, and then a couple that's just got married. You know, let's talk about it. What are your expectations? How did you get here? You know, maybe we can connect those couples so that they can have, you know, a path, you know, so to speak, or somebody that's already navigated that path successfully, you know, where they can maybe bounce some ideas off or get some help. But the Richard Pryor one, man, that was, oh my God, that was so freaking funny, bruh. Like, that was just so, and it's sad, my phone has only got 29% on it. I didn't think to charge it up. But oh my goodness, that was just too funny. The Your Mama part was just, oh, that was, I had to mute myself. It was getting bad, bruh. You know, that was the, I don't know what I can add to that, man. That was just funny, but I'm interested to see what other people think about that particular clip. And I got these clips all off of YouTube. These are not my, you know, I did not shoot this footage. They are not mine. I'm not making nothing off of it. It is strictly for entertainment purposes only, just to build some dialogue and see, you know, we can laugh a little, we can think a little, we can grow a little, and that would kind of be like the premise of the show. You know, we all added a little different flavor to it and go from there and see. And like I say, King Hebrew, if you got an idea for a clip, let me know and I can look it up. Cause I'm on the last one right now. I got a David Banner clip. I would like to know people's thoughts on this one.
And the thing that I'm telling people for the most part is, I don't want your religion. I don't want your help. I just want you to leave my people alone. You know, they always tell black people to get their stuff together, but every time we get it together, you burn it down. Or you find a way to put fraud on top of it. Because the truth is we are the child race of America. And us being ignorant financially, socially, and mentally, We spend like children. We act like children. So us acting the way that we act right now, America makes billions of dollars off of it. So for me, I'm asking everybody, just step back and allow black people to do their thing. And I am very serious when it comes to my people. Rock, I will tell you this. If you want to solve the problem of white supremacy, there's only two things you can do. Praying ain't one of them. Marching ain't one of them. Debating with your enemy is not one of them. There's only two things white supremacy respects. It's the loss of life and the loss of finance. When they passed that law in Mississippi and in North Carolina, what did they do? They contacted PayPal, and PayPal said they're pulling their pulling their contract and their company out of North Carolina. That is what Black Fist is about. It's about you're either going to affect finances or you're going to affect somebody's lives. If those cops felt like if they killed a black man, woman, or child, and something was going to happen to their family or going to happen to them personally, they wouldn't do it.
You said earlier that you felt that integration was one of the worst things that could have happened to black folks.
It is.
And you speak a language now that certainly, at a minimum, talks about a total reliance on self.
Yep.
So does that equate to a form of separatism?
Well, if you had a child, Rock, that stayed in your house and wouldn't leave for 500 years, right? Would you respect that child? If you know that that child, in order for that child to live, it needed you. If it was hurt, you need their food, their electricity, their hospitals, everything about them. It doesn't really matter what that child says to you, does it? Because they have to do what? Come back to you. Right. See, the thing is, before we can be respected by anyone, everything that I'm telling you, the answer to everything that you asked me today is self. Religion, socially, business-wise, it doesn't matter. Until we get ourselves together, it really doesn't matter. It is all about self. And then when people, it's so funny, and this is one thing that I hate about America. Because I love black people, don't mean I hate anybody else. When I talk about white folks, historically, I can tell you, Rock, you name one place on this earth that an old white man has gone, that the indigenous people of that land hasn't all, if not totally been annihilated, haven't almost been totally annihilated. When is the last time you've seen a Native American in traditional garb? When is the last time you even seen a buffalo, the indigenous animal and indigenous people of this country? When have you seen them? So they talk about how violent we are. But black folks ain't done nothing but love folks. Native Americans haven't done anything but, Native Americans haven't done anything but love folks. The indigenous people of most of these places in the world are people of love. And for me, you have little China, you have little Russia, you have all of these little subsections of America. Why can't we have little Africa? It's not that I don't want you, but I'm just trying to get myself together. But we spend trillions of dollars. If we got ourselves together, that's going to affect them financially. And what did I say that white supremacy hate? The loss of finance or the loss of life.
All right, so what y'all think about that one? And if you just tuned in, that's all I'm doing pretty much. Is we just went through a couple of clips and to get people's opinion, get a little dialogue started or whatnot. I'm not even gonna front like there's and I'm one of those people, I can pick apart any type of argument. Ain't shit there. Like I got nothing to say on that. I have to agree with what the brother was saying completely. Yeah, facts, King Hebrew. I got nothing for that one. And I was trying to look up some clips. Since I got a couple of people in here, if you got an idea, if there's a clip that you want to share with people, let us know and we'll talk about it. Shout out to Damien, man. That's dope. That's extremely intelligent brother right there in the chat room, man. So if you got something out there, man, that you think we should check out, man, let us know. and we'll talk about it. And it could be about, you know, whatever. Like the first one I did was Petey Green, and it was pretty dope, man. I'm not even gonna front. And I got a Malcolm X one I'm getting ready to load up now. And y'all gonna have to pardon me loading this one up because I did not, you know, obviously I just doing it on the fly, so I may not be able to make it fit as perfectly initially as I would like to. But let's see what this one is about. Not sure if I heard this one before.
And until the American Negro lets the white man know that we are really, really ready and willing to pay the price that is necessary for freedom, our people will always be walking around here second-class citizens, or what you call 20th century slaves.
What price are you talking about, sir?
The price of freedom is death.
Who are you? You don't know. Don't tell me Negro, that's nothing. What were you before the white man named you a Negro? And where were you? And what did you have? What was yours? What language did you speak then? What was your name? It couldn't have been Smith or Jones or Bunch or Powell. That wasn't your name. They don't have those kind of names where you and I came from. No, what was your name? We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
All the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do. Provide the leadership to the people's revolution so he can take this country and change.
Treated very much as the Vietnamese people or any other colonized people, because we're used, we're brutalized. The police in our community occupy our area, our community as a foreign troop occupies territory. And the police are there not to, in our community, not to promote our welfare or for our security and our safety, but they're there to contain us, to brutalize us and murder us.
All right, so of course, like the Black Panthers, like they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I guess as a video critique, I don't know, it seemed to drag a little bit. And I like the videos personally. I like the ones where somebody actually narrates the video. That's just me. I think it makes it a little bit more personable. It allows for inflections. It allows for passion more so than, you know, just putting up well, the Panthers were formed and such. But, you know, that's just my video critique subject matter. Like I love Panthers. And into, you know, if it ain't slamming them, I'm riding with it. So that's just me. What y'all think? Oh, and Damien, I do have that video. I think I put up another one first though. So we're gonna check this one out and then we'll see. And let me go get my charger too while playing this video, because I ain't got but 20 minutes left. I mean 20% left. Yeah, my bad. You know, sometimes I get stuck with the commercials. And while I'm at it, let me make sure I load up this You Have No Friends and get that done. And y'all remind me, I put that under Richard Pryor. I didn't feel like changing the name. Just lazy. You know, I'm looking forward to that and I don't know if this is the David Banner or not. If it is, what I'll do is I'll just jump immediately into the John Henry Clark. That's cool? Y'all cool with that? And y'all got to build with me too. Let me know, you know, like what you think of the videos. Was it dope? Is it funny? Is it good? Do you agree? Do you disagree? You know, holler at your boy. Anyway, and if you guys Skype, there is a number should be scrolling on the live stream. I have never actually Skyped anyone in. I would like to actually attempt to do that. There it is right there. 216-539-0659. And I do believe I'm Joseph Boy on Skype. So, you know, if you can, I know it's early. Everybody ugly. You may not have brushed your teeth. I'm okay with that. I'm always ugly. I do brush my teeth though. I try. Oh.
Is a blessing. Episode 3, I'm blessed. Let's get into this. As I stand at the intersection of womanhood and being Black American, that both my race and gender place me in 2 different and a 3rd distinct marginalized groups. Now, while there is a constant struggle, Black feminists have also constantly pulled up the Black community. First, you can watch the video I did with the National Museum of African American History and Culture, that would be the Black Smithsonian, about how Black women have always been a part of the Black struggle for full equality. Yup, that's a blessing. Ida B. Wells fought to document the truth, defy societal norms, and inspire a legion of women through journalism, integrity, and badass grit. Anna Julia Cooper and Mary McLeod Bethune fought for the education of the Black community, not just for the boys, but for the Black girls too. Bethune refused to let us forget about the daughters and sons of sharecroppers, the migrant workers, the coal miners, the ones who enunciated a little bit differently. Sojourner said, "Ain't I a woman?" and got some Beckys in check. Gloria Richardson slayed with the side eye, pushed back against the Popo's bayonet, and stood up for the poor and working class Black folks that the NAACP chose to forget. Beverly and Barbara Smith and Audre Lorde helped broaden the scope and bring queer Black identity into the frame. Black feminist and revolutionary because Black women are inherently valuable. Bell Hooks, forever staunch in the definition of feminism, forcing you to live in the thoughtfulness of what and who do you really stand for. She won't ever let you bow down to someone's ignorance. Kimberly Crenshaw coined the term intersectionality and helped many young Black women, young Black queer folk encapsulate the more than duplicity in their struggles. Dorothy E. Roberts collected and dispersed the data on how Black women have been maligned, how stereotypes and policies have been crafted to maintain control over the Black body, and how the fight for or against reproductive rights impacts poor women of color the most. Black feminists have ushered forth intellect that is more than just performative. They don't wake up each morning thinking of how to destroy black men and cook them for dinner, but they have collectively fought to remind us to do better, to be better, and live better. Stop trying to take on the role of the oppressor yourself and actually liberate not just yourself, but your whole community. The men, the women, the children, the queer, the able-bodied, the other-bodied, the trans, the non-binary, the middle, the lower, the upper, the people. We still have much work to do. There is always room for improvement in letting go of how we participate in the oppression of others. So much to learn about our ancestors, so little actually covered in this video. But let's start with learning and understanding the blessing of the Black feminists that have paved the way for us and how we can be blessed to be Black feminists ourselves.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I'm not even, and I do believe we've done a show about it too. I'm still lost on the whole what a feminist really is. So, that's just me. If somebody got like a really concise, clear definition, please let me know. She has some good points in there, sprinkled out through some good information in regards to people. I guess you can go back and research if you would like, if Black feminism is your thing. And I just happened to pluck that off of YouTube. So again, you say we got to deprogram to reprogram. That is true, you know. And I don't know if we have to deprogram as much as people think. I think that inherently after you get to a certain point in life as a Black person, there's just some shit you just know. It is. Whether you act on that knowledge or not is there. So it's not necessarily deprogramming. I think in a lot of cases it's just connecting the dots for people. Because everybody's life circumstance is different. You feel me? Like, you know, how you were raised may be different than how somebody else was raised. Don't, you know, not saying one was better or not, but it just puts a different mindset in you. And so maybe your dot is to the right a little bit and somebody else's is to the left. Just come, you know, when you come across good people that are willing to listen to ignorant questions, because I got a lot of them, that helps with your growth a lot. And that's just me. But the whole Black feminism thing, again, man, I'm so totally lost, bro. I'm confused. And shout out to the sisters. You know, like, is that a bad thing? I don't know, man. I could ask a million dumb questions about Black feminism to keep it a stack. And so we're gonna get to that. We have no friends clip. I think this is it right here. Give me 1 second.
I was supposed to be here early. They gave me another assignment. They didn't pick me up to go to the assignment. I followed their instructions and waited at the hotel. I would love to be here when I can be more fully in depth on this subject, because there's a whole lot of illusions about Africa's relationship with other people in the world. There's a whole lot of illusion about our relationship to the religions in the world. And these belief systems that had its origin in Africa, all of them, and there is no exception, turned on African people. I said there is no exception. And there's one thing you have to get through your mind and keep it. Nothing that ever came from the European mind was meant to do anything but facilitate European domination of the world. And I said there's no exception. Everything that was brought into this continent, everything, every idea, every so-called religion was meant to dominate and to control. The Arabs had no illusions about it. The Europeans had no illusions about it. You were the ones with the illusions. And yet every element that went into the making of every major religion in the world started in Africa. Why is it that you are so naive? You let people redress something that you invented, sell it back to you, and enslave you through it. I'm saying that all organized present religions are male chauvinist murder cults. And I say there is no exception. Well, I wanted to be here earlier. I wanted to deal with our relationship with the people of the world and the fact that we created peaceful nations that had no word for jail because no one had ever gone to one. No word for old people's home because no one ever threw away grandma and grandpa. No word for orphanages. We did all of this, and over half of human civilization was over before we knew that a European was in the world. Before he wore a shoe or lived in a house that had a window. Now, Africa has always and still is the prize for the whole world. We as a people have always been the world's richest people, culturally rich, mineral rich. We have always been the prize because we have always had and still have something that other people won't, think they can't do without, and don't care to pay for. Because we have always been the prize, we have been under siege for over 3,000 years. Nothing that ever brought into Africa from the outside was meant to do the African any good. That means all other religions. Islam was the handmaiden of Arab imperialism. Christianity was the handmaiden of European imperialism. The Hebrew faith was the handmaiden of a concept called the chosen people. Now, if God is kind and God is merciful and God has no stepchildren, he won't choose one over the other. And to say he chose some people, you're making him a bigot. And to say that he endorsed enslavement of one people over the other, you're making him an accessory to murder. The Arabs used Islam to rationalize their slavery and their imperialism. The Europeans used Christianity to rationalize their slavery and imperialism. Who are you kidding about friends in the world? Damn it, if you want a friend, look in the mirror. There's 1 billion African people on the face of this earth. Why are you buying third-rate junk from third-rate people thinking you can't make it? Why don't you at least make a safety pin to hold your child's diaper together? Teach. Who has programmed your mind into thinking you can't make a car? The first man that made a car, they had never seen one previously. The Japanese bought cars, bought locomotives, broke them down and studied them, and had a Japanese technician produce each piece, put it together, and had a much better train than the one they copied from. All knowledge in the world belongs to everybody in the world. Yes. Who has programmed our mind in assuming that we cannot run a nation and run it well? The main thing imperialism did, slavery and imperialism, they removed African people from the respectful commentary of history. And they tell them something they are still telling them, and all of the organized religions are guilty of this. I favor none of it because Africa didn't need any of it. I'm saying that African belief systems, properly understood, is 10 times better than Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And better for the African. So you might have some romance with one of these religions. I have no romance with any of them. I have a romance with reality and truth. And the chips can fall where they may after I tell it. As for friends, you have had no friends. When they discovered you, they began to prey on you. Now let's look at our relationship with Western Asia, mistakenly called the Middle East. For 3,000 years, our greatest enemies came from Western Asia. They were trying to avenge the fact that they were once African colonies. You read a book called When Egypt Ruled the East, and you get some of the basic information on this. Now, the first visitors to Africa came in the 1700s BC. These were the people who would later be called Hebrews. Now, black people are ticklish on this because black people think that everything in the Bible is true. I question the intelligence of anyone who thinks everything in the Bible is true or supposed to be true. It's allegory, stories told to illustrate a point at a time when there were very few people reading books. And most of what went into the making of the Bible was copied from Egyptian texts. Now, if you want to get so dewy-eyed over the Bible, which is a carbon copy of a carbon copy, why don't you go back and read the original Egyptian text? Then you see where all these stories started from. You see where the story of the Exodus started from. Now, you get so dewy-eyed, you actually think there was an Exodus. These people walked into Africa. Why couldn't they walk out? Why did they have to go by sea? Why did the sea have to part? If you read Egyptian literature, you will discover that the whole story of somebody parting the sea started with about 3,000 years before the Hebrew entrance. I should not use the word Hebrew entrance, but the entrance from Western Asia. Now let's get one thing straight, because black people are confused about all religions. Now, I'm not against any religion. I'm a very spiritual human being. I just don't need a preacher to preach no 10 Commandments to me when he's a backslider going with some sister, some other man's wife. I'm intelligent enough to pick from the 10th Commandment, not commandments anyway, but they were omissions of purity at the great school at Luxor, the great African training school. All right, now, let's get into this Western Asia. I'm saying that the people who came from Western Asia escaping famine did not have any Hebrew faith when they came into Africa. And there's no record of a Hebrew faith before there. Why is it that when they left Africa in the so-called Exodus, they had all three? African culture, an African religion, and an African language. Now look at the origin of the so-called people you now refer to as Jews. And you're mistaken using that reference because the word Jew is of European origin. And the people in Europe who call themselves by their name.
That was deep. That was wow. Like that was a lot of information in and it went by so fast. As you could see, it caught me slipping. I didn't realize it was going to end that quickly. But that was a lot of information, and like if you've ever tuned into the radio show, you know I'm not really the smartest brother on the planet. But I do enjoy hearing some good information. And I really could read more. I don't know. When something interests me enough, I guess I'll read about it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Everybody learns differently. Some people are able to learn easily from books. I'm one of those visual types. I'm one of those like a hands-on, you show me, and I'm able to retain it easier that way. So I guess that's why videos, for me personally, are a good source of information. It's just a discernment to know who's putting out good information, and that in right there lies the rub, you know, because at some point you gotta look it up for yourself, you know. So it is what it is. What y'all think about that video though? Right, wrong? Did you learn something? I know I did. And if you did, let me know what you learned. You know, that would be pretty dope too. Let's learn together. Hold on one second. Eat the fish and spit out the bones. Oh, and hold on 1 second.
Hi, my name is Kong, and I have helped many ordinary people turn their hobbies into a career on YouTube. For example, this is one of my students, Imaginary Ambition. He used to work at a local coffee shop making coffee for people. Then, he took his passion for music production and created a YouTube channel where he makes music tutorials without even showing his face.
What the This is crazy.
His channel now has over 8 million views. This is another one of my students, the icing artist, who used to work at a furniture repair shop and she hated it. Then, she took her passion for baking and created a YouTube channel about making cakes. She now has over 1.4 million subscribers. This is Frugal Aesthetic. He used to work a retail job for minimum wage. Then, he took his interest for fashion and turned it into a successful YouTube channel about men's fashion.
These 3 tips. Black jeans go with everything, but if you a real street ninja, cargo pants, fam.
He has over 250,000 subscribers and over 15 million views. Now, he makes a living doing what he loves. Everyone I just mentioned were just average people who had ordinary 9-to-5 jobs, and they were no different than you. I taught them everything I know about going viral, and now they've turned their hobbies and interests into a career. Now, who am I? My name is Kong, and over the last 7 years, my friend Jesse and I have created multiple YouTube channels with over 4 million subscribers and over 1 billion views.
You promised it won't bite me. I can't
didn't promise anything.
Okay,
We did this without spending a dime on marketing or advertising. And that's what the majority of people in the world don't understand. You can turn any passion, hobby, or interest into a profitable YouTube channel. There are tech nerds who review the latest iPhone when it comes out. There are kids who play with toys and just give their opinion on it. There are gamers who play their favorite video games and put that onto YouTube. All of these people have made a career out of what they love to do simply by utilizing YouTube. Now, contrary to popular belief, videos on YouTube don't just go viral based on luck. There's a science to it as well. I have spent nearly a decade doing this and have probably made around 1,000 viral videos. Clearly, that's not because I got lucky 1,000 times. Now look, I'm not making this video to show off to you how cool I am. I have Instagram for that. I'm making this video because I want you to know you don't have to accept a mediocre job. You don't have to accept a mediocre life. You can make a living working on your passions by utilizing YouTube. I know that may sound hard, and I get it. It's scary to start something new. You probably don't even know where to start. I was there when I first started as well, so I understand the feeling of uncertainty. That's why my friend Jesse and I created a step-by-step program to teach you exactly how to do it. We've taken everything we learned on our journey and created.
Okay, my bad, fam, but I had to take a phone call real quick. I know this commercial is shitty, and this has got to be the longest freaking commercial in the history of long commercials. And what I was going to do was replay this PD Green that I started off with, because I was the only one watching at that point, and it's just so dope to me. So whenever it plays, it would be dope. Because this dude must have paid a shitload of money to get this ran, because this was like a whole minute, 2 minutes. I don't know. Anyway, shout out to anybody in the chat room. Again, if you got Skype and you can, do me a favor, call that number that's scrolling at the bottom of the live stream. And if you unfamiliar with who PD Green is, do yourself a favor and look the man up. Like, absolute legend. Especially if you're in the DMV area.
When Jack Johnson got a note from the Ku Klux Klan saying, get up tonight and we're going to hang you tomorrow. And he went on to knock the sucker out in the 63rd round. That's the black history. when the Japs came out of Pearl Harbor in 1941, December the 7th, they come out the sun, hit over top of Pearl Harbor, land coming around, dropping bombs. Here's a black man down in the galley, which is known as the kitchen, who had never manned a gun before, had never shot no gun, because that time black people in the Navy didn't do them but wash floors and cook and wash pots and pans. He throwed off his apron, ran up on the deck, and shot down 22 Japanese Zeros. His name was Dory Miller. That's black history. History is made at your own dinner table. History is made in your backyard, in your school. I'm sweating now, because I'm fired up.
Petey Green in the building. Man, and he's so right. You know, like, we make history every day. We make history every day, and I think we take that for granted. I really do, myself included. And you right, King Hebrew. YouTube is not paying. Like, I never really try. I mean, well, we ain't putting up no numbers where we was eating off of YouTube. We're not even close to even in that realm of having a conversation to keep it a stack. But from my understanding, I know some people that got some pretty big channels. And from my understanding, yeah, you're right. You know, they definitely changed some shit. Yeah, Petey Green, he was a disc jockey. Matter of fact, I believe it's Radio 1. He basically is responsible for starting that whole company. Because it was a guy in radio, his boy. I mean, I'm going off the movie. I saw the movie. Don't lie. Yeah. Well, I won't say he just did it. That's probably been about 10 years ago. But, you know, in essence, you know, and I never heard anybody come out and dispute the facts of the movie. In essence, like, the guy that he was cool with end up kind of like taking over his spot after he left radio and end up starting Radio 1. Long story short, you know. And if I'm wrong, correct me. It is what it is. And y'all can always correct me afterward. And if you got, you know, it don't have to be, you know, like and no disrespect to the videos we've seen already. I don't want it to be taken that way. But like, if you, let's say, like, I got a video for y'all right now, and I'm gonna tell you, you know, so we can submit whatever we want to submit. You know, if you got any ideas, let a brother know. You know, and hopefully we ain't got a long ass commercial like we've been having on the other ones.
All of us who had been 17-year-old black boys, knew 17-year-old black boys, looked at those pictures of Trayvon Martin. Something snapped.
This woke up a nation.
Paramount Network's Rest in Power, the Trayvon Martin story premieres tomorrow at 10 on the new Paramount Network and BET.
Yeah, it's your boy Loaded Lux. You know what's up when I'm rolling up. And I came to kill it with Funk Flex on Hot 97. Mean.
You know what's cracking? Ciroc Studios, Funk Flex. I mean, bars is what we deal with up here. Loaded Lux is in the building.
It's healthy.
Focus Harlem.
It's healthy.
I mean,
healthy. You hear me? Something God love, you hear me?
Well, this what you want to do?
That's what I'm doing. It's Harlem, man.
Yo, y'all let me know if we got an echo in here. All right?
We here. You know? Yeah, turn that up. I was in the areas. Just thought I'd swing by like a girl is curious. And boys in the hood pops up on you. That's furious. Fierce is when you find your inferiors is inferior. What's scary is you're betting against the odds and you letting these niggas tell you you're better than what you are. I'm the bar measuring rod. This where we draw the line on your screen, turning it out like some etch-a-sketching off. Odd. You young dummies is lunch money. Either champion, Cassius Clay, or Fun Putty. Little buddy. Too bad you ain't got you a pot to piss. I'll bake them for this cake. Betty a crock of shit, search your inner circle. Real virtue, vice virtue, man, this shit is personal. I saw fights turn into curfews, you commercial. You fuck up the meeting, believe vegan, cause for Green Brothers shall be back, you ninjas turtles. But Stephon used to be Urkel. Fuck it, make hip hop when they give you hurdles. Heard you. You better not even slacks with your church shoes. This earth school. Taught my kin more about this whirlpool. Ooh, I know I'm better. How could you win this? Like having the last picture ever with Michael Jackson, but hating how your face look in it. And you wanna gram it. I'm saying it. You just gonna have to put up with it. Understand it. Pay the bookies, we chasing bullies. Cause if a bad act ain't goody, just bake goodies, you play hooky. They still want that Lux with their gray hoodie. I'm like, that's water under a high bridge. Hey, I could boogie. Look, where most MCs are blind. These moments where I shine, I gotta show you what they hide. Just throw it in rewind. The poetry's refined, going in fine. Every time you get a loaded line, a Corona gets a lime. Look, it's only in your mind. This isn't clear, this isn't fair. King NY, need Diddy shares, Biggie cheer. This nigga scared, I circle him in a square. Have your balls up or get balled up, cause it's fair. It appears that they was never my peers. It's a pair. Fruits of my labor that disappeared. I'm a bear. On this grizzly, your city won't drip a tear. If you here, well, I'm near. Cut with your engineer. Fuck it, Buccaneer. Fortune keeper gets sword and freezes. Born achiever who wore Adidas and Jordan sneakers. Since he sported the Caesar, it's nothing nuclear to warheads who got him. Like North Korea, let's keep it tall like Medea. Son, your short as a breather. Daddy sugar trick trainers. The world in these dick beaters. You ain't got to be meaner, at least walk with demeanor. Gang ties, how blood money can have you seized up. It's kidnapping. I'm big action, they looking for me. You're plastic, he ain't the real thing, but he getting fried. Catfish, you know you can't keep this short, right? Snap flick when I blow up now, but can't cut it. You should call in Cap, nigga, I'm jacked in. Pending, I break a beat up and bend it. Take a weak nigga, bend a bit. Take a week if he minute. Baby, you got the image, patriotic offended. Player, she was taking a knee before it was trending. Caskets flex, you never had this. The jab quick for this bag hit. Embarrassing, bashing me, went for the mattress. Taxes trying to go for hell on the Troy Achilles niggas. I'm Brad. Thieves looking with the scully like he mowed the loner. Who banded with his brothers like a Jonas. Ammonious. I tear a nigga like ammonia. Got funky, your shooters ain't sent nothing but aroma on these corners. Shorty only do it cause it's cool. Fuck them all he wanna listen to now is music that moves. We don't wanna hear that unity fool. Guess them niggas that sold Harlem was trying to change the community too. I'm like, ooh, hard to ask him how he doing in school. He just rude, but I could dig it, you know. Life is a jewel, but it's true. Learn from it, don't follow the same mistakes again in Satan's grip trip. Catch you off guard like an atheist. I break you. I knocked Calvin right out his glasses. They gassed him. Found out the hard truth in your wall boots. Stormtroop, fighting a strong case. Why the long face? Main broad up in a short stay on your court date. Damn, you're listening to a musician trying to tell his beautician a track ain't for horseplay. I'm the standout. I told her I'm a good catch. She got her hands out. I mean, what you niggas expect? You took the stand out. Fumbling, hit with the book, crumbling, just beat. Can't take the rap now. You're mumbling, you're weak, small, frail. I wore shell, war's hell, no relief. Pain runs deep. Don't think I always jail. Ken Jack with young and Jack and how? Tweaking like a thug. 100 rounds. We meet you at the club. You're in a gown, and fuck who you was. We got it now, I'm still clicking. Difference, I never traded on one member. Niggas better off catching Farrakhan at a Trump dinner. Where the thugs killers collide, you guys non-operative. You're not for this. In the populace, the total opposite. Stop the shits, two apocalypse, keep it positive. You're about to watch me raise up on you just like a Cosby kid. The problem is, you thinking too much. I put my heart in this hard denims, waist to the cuff, and I'ma walk in them all the way to your door. I do home visits, dog. Bury you in your own backyard. Pick a bone with them, hold the wheel. Give you that holy feel, hitting like Holyfield, mixed with some golden seal. Off a pint of Henny, finna overdose on pills. Riding dirty, unlicensed firearm with the open I'm still that dangerous. I'm from out of that hangar, different rap chamber. Do you know where you at, stranger, that talk dirty in stores? Yeah, I'll make a movie and do the score. I know with J to Z they had reasons to doubt, sure. But I just saw 22 twos when it's times two, gonna get your 444. Lord, now do the math on that. Don't imagine it, the fact is that I'm something different. Out the same habitat, I battle rap. And I drop records, do the Cabbage Patch. And get your Cabbage Patch, cut me in, however you dissect it. This ain't that put your faith in favors later, thank the neighbors. I came to bring them that thing that cracks the creator's data. The great debater, you're slow, at least a turtle know exactly why Morris never lifted weights with Slater. May have sage years, I missed the bell then, but know your principles, cause branching out, they don't teach you that in judicial school. The chi is deep, sway 7, ninja jujitsu moves, official views, strikes with your wife, getting this whistle tune, bottom wisdom tooth, pull up on ya, you get you, dip you choose, fuck a friend, pal of money, Mr. Scrooge, head to toe, they read the glow, Dorothy clicking shoes, wizard at these odds, my nigga, but they'll be missing you, I'm ready to go. Wanda was Jamie Foxx who did Ray. So know if you bringing me shade, how I play. Around my way, if I'm on my way and you in my way. Know if I don't get my way, ain't no way you get in the way. Bang.
Harlem, New York. Listen, I just want anybody to think carefully before you come up here after this. That's all I'm just saying. I just want you to really take a deep breath, study this before you come up here.
Facts.
Fine, it's more to find, man. Loaded Lux, we here. Harlem, it's what New York.
Jeez. I cannot explain the level of gas face I had during, matter of fact, not gas face, but the jazz face for my battle rap fans out there. Bar after bar after bar after bar for like 7 minutes straight. It doesn't get much better than that. Duckworth Bernal Heights. All right, let me check that out. And damn, how long we been going, man? Over an hour? Jesus Christ. Well, do me a favor though, cause I got time today. I ain't got shit to do. It's early. Share the video. Tag somebody. You know, let's get some more opinions up in here. Let's spark a little conversation. Excuse me. It's early, like I said. I got one I'm gonna do right quick, and while I do that, I'm gonna look up that Duckworth Bernal Heights.
Fuck I look like. No, really. Fuck I look like. I look like you got me fucked up is what I look like. You looking at me like I'm not supposed to be standing here next to you. Like, we in the same class, but your idea of advanced is too advanced and my mind can't match you. I think it's my vernacular. How I got half the consonants and twice the apostrophes, so my philosophy can't be valid. Like I speak slave and you speak slave master. This isn't a plantation, it's a classroom. White people think they run shit because they got money to buy a thesaurus. You say gargantuan, I say big as shit. Big as shit don't really matter. I guess AP stands for asshole pretentiousness. And if you don't know what that means, look it up, find a synonym. You like doing that shit. You also seem to like judging a book by the color of its author, because apparently Maya Angelou is inferior due to her grammatical errors. But white man Mark Twain can write a whole novel with nothing but grammatical errors, and that shit is a literary masterpiece. Well, I can't help but to pardon my people's slang, because real niggas ain't real niggas if they don't got a twang. I want to apologize. I want to apologize for me mugging from the back of the classroom, talking about existentialism like a motherfucking boss. It's not your fault. Niggas can't vibe with me either, because as soon as I raise my hands for anything other than a bathroom break, I become a weirdo. And God forbid I excel, a 4.0 means I'm 4 shades lighter, because apparently intelligence is a white trait. At least that's what I've gathered. This one girl asked me, why would I use big words? So I can sound like you? You know what I sound like? Like I've read a book before. I act smart, so I act white. So I can't be black and be smart because black people are dumb. All this is self-hate. And to them, that's acceptable, because white people told us niggas not to read 300 years ago, and now niggas telling other niggas not to read. What are we afraid of? It's like we think giving 100% means getting 100 lashes, and my people don't even know that we're working with our oppressors, just passing on the torch, but we can't pass the bar, because the bar's been set so low we are crushing under the weight. And you expect me to cut class and get an F just to perpetuate the stereotype that's been instilled through this bullshit curriculum? Fuck I look like. Equate stupidity with my melanin, nor will I ever sacrifice my skin for the white man's standards. So never ask that I speak for anyone but me, represent anything but what I stand for, and fight for anything but what I believe in. And if anybody ever expects me to do anything but be myself, they got me fucked up.
I know that's an old one. I've seen that before, but I absolutely love that video. I think she is so dope and was so on point, just completely. It's horrible the punishment some of our young brothers and sisters get early on, you know, because they happen to be intelligent. It's like we celebrate certain things and denigrate other things when each one should be celebrated. You know, we have some beautiful, intelligent children that get beat down early on, and they suppress the knowledge that they have when we should be cultivating that knowledge. You know, and it just, even though she said a lot of shit in there and everything she said was on point, just for me, that was just like my biggest takeaway. And I don't know about you. And like I say, I am still trying to figure out this Skype shit, so I could use a little help just to experiment a little bit and see if I can actually get it in on the live stream. And once I do that, will be really dope right there. The number, I believe, is 216-539-0659. And I do got that other clip that you wanted me to play, Damien, that Duckworth joint, right? And if you got a suggestion, and pretty much if you just tuned in, I'm just playing clips of shit, you know, and we just chopping it up about them. So if you got a suggestion about a clip that you want to see, let me know. We'll play it. You know, we just literally just pulling shit off of YouTube. So we do not own the rights to anything. We're not making any money off this. It's just, you know what? Let's chop it up. It's early Sunday. Clearly, at least the 5 of us, we ain't doing shit for the moment. Let's watch some shit and enjoy the time together. And Damien's last one, his choice was We Have No Friends by John Henry Clark. Very phenomenal video. So this one is Duckworth, Bernal Heights. So let's see what this is about. Let's chop it up. I ain't never seen this. I ain't never heard of it. So we'll see.
No.
Oh.
Bam.
Jackalope. What's next?
Play just got serious in the all-new Toyota Avalon.
She was born in the grassy hillside of Bernal Heights, where the grass was greener with the chill type demeanor. Her name is Carolina, glad to meet you. Hey, why don't we paint a picture? I bring my easel, express yourself, girl, I know you need to. And then we'll quote some poetry, haikus and then bar similes, cause you know what you know. The world is yours. Yes, it is. So turn your dreams to reality. This is what it's made for. And let's sing a song together. Sing a song, sing a song, sing a song. Let's sing a song together. Oh yeah. Oh, let's sing a song together. Sing a song, sing a song, sing a song. Let's sing a song together. Let's sing a song. Nah, really, express something silly. Sing a song and get them hopping like Toad on Lily. Oh, really? You're Pisces. With me, I'm a Taurus. So swim into this verse and head first into this chorus. Of course, my head is enormous. Filled with all these fantasies. Far from a Lamborghini. More like jumping 50 feet on a trampoline. In the big dipping in her Milky Way, I'm sampling. Cause you know what you know. Yeah, the world is mine. Yes, it is. Cause I've been plotting on you. Since when? Since 1999. So what I tell you about? I say, let's sing a song together. Sing a song, sing a song, sing a song. Let's sing a song together. Oh, let's sing a song together. Sing a song, sing a song, sing a song. Oh, let's sing a song together.
Is that a bird?
No, I don't think so. It's just a cloud.
It's a cloud? Why does it look like that?
Because I'm sure.
Is it falling?
Yeah.
Are the clouds falling?
Yeah. That's what clouds do.
Check it out. And watch this nigga flip the script upside down like a cigarette. Head on the ashtray, flicking it. Flicking through these channels, all I see is false reality. TV, nigga Twitch, slapper. knock a pimp straight down in this pimp cup. That's the way you get stumped out in these black chucks. Walk around like I'm really strapped with the gat tuck. Told these ninjas since duct tape, I done had enough. Mummified their face with duct tape, slightly King Tut. Keeping Nefertiti slim waist with the round butt. Ra-un-ifer, amen. Really meant to netter from 5 to 10 E. Shing with the flow, watch this gold coin spin. Universal with the flow, no beginning or end. Tap into this universe and watch your orbit spin. These niggas ain't relating, let me speak it more kin. If energy never is destroyed or created, it never shall expire, just recycle and remake it. It don't matter if that body's been buried or cremated. That spirit lives on, call it reincarnation. What the funk is, YOLO, bounce back like pogo. Only nigga on the low, rider back with a kimono. You know what's always epic if you play it back in slow-mo. Roundhouse to beat and take a nap up in the dojo. Yeah, that's my favorite song. So the DJ, run back my favorite song. One more time. Yeah, that's my favorite song. When you play it all out. Yeah, I hate my favorite song. Call me that radio killer, killer. Call me that radio killer, killer. Call me that radio killer, killer. What? Killer.
Oh damn! I think I cut it too early. My bad. Apparently they had like another part of the song coming. My bad. Like it's not trash. Don't get me wrong. That's not why I'm taking my time. But like early on, it was close to being trash, and then it just really got dope. So and I like the video overall. So I'm not sure. Like I guess on a scale of 10, I'd get at maybe like a 6.5 or 7. And dude was spitting bars. And he had some really good information. It was just like really the first third of the song. I was just like, okay, because I'm not the biggest boom bap fan at all. You know, at least not current boom bap. Like I got some favorites from back in the day boom bap when it was, you know, boom bap was quote unquote popping. But in his case, like the way he flipped it, the beat switches, the overall video was pretty dope. And it looked like they shot it pretty cheap too. I gotta give them some, you know. So maybe, you know what, I'm gonna go a little bit. I'll say 7.5, just for the fact that didn't look like they spent a lot of money, but they had a really good concept and they shot it well. So that makes sense too. Yeah, the right transition. Like they whoever directed that video did a really good job of what they had. Like if they had some bread, I'd like to really see what they would come up with because it was very creative. And it matched him, and in an interesting way, it kind of matched what he was saying too, you know. And I can't even put my finger on why I would say that. It just kind of meshed for me. Oh, excuse me. Let me see. We got another video in here, and I forgot. And I take it back too. I said earlier on that I wasn't aware of people like doing shows like this. It's a gazillion people doing shows like this. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Now I think about it. I was thinking about something else. I was just waking up. But not necessarily, it's usually just music or just this. And I would like to do things that's just specifically about, you know, in our community, so to speak. And it could be some funny shit. It can be some, you know, some music, or it could be something that we could build on, you know, just to encourage a little live participation. You know, some of this shit I haven't seen, like this right here, the other video, I just happen to think the title was funny. So I've never seen it. And if it's just too ridiculous, I'll just cut the video and we'll move on. It ain't that deep, you know. But let me see, it just got a commercial in front of me because I keep getting caught with them. Oh, hold on.
Quickly right now, if you're tired of the devil stealing, if you're tired of the devil killing, if you're tired of the devil destroying your life, you must order the personal package, and you got to order it right now. And get ready for supernatural miracles to take place in your home in your life. The God is causing those powers to be destroyed. And Thelma is healing you.
Oh my goodness. Have y'all ever seen this shit before? Oh my goodness. I was about to say, did he take a nap? Is he asleep? Wow.
This power tells me one thing.
He is young and charismatic.
For tomorrow will never be like today.
This is Pastor Lesejo Daniel, and he runs Rabboni Ministries. His sermons are always fired up, attracting young and old. Daniel claims to heal the sick and even cast out demons. Daniel's followers are totally under his control, but some of his methods
I think he just kicked her.
raised eyebrows.
Hello.
Congregants are made to eat grass.
Are you
Daniel
kidding me?
insists it's an instruction from above. They refuse to take questions from journalists, but use this service to address his critics.
If I am possessed by a demon, and if I'm a witch or wizard, please stop talking from far. Come, I'm ready to kneel down. You're coming to deliver.
Daniel claims to be a prophet and says this
So wait,
is just
the pastor talking shit? I'm lost on that one.
Funny, it's not deliverance.
Yeah, maybe it was the translation or something. I don't know. I was lost in that one, bro.
Fall, shake. In the name of Jesus, I want to shake. When they touch me, I want to shake. Immediately the wise man touched them. Look at them. No leg like this.
What?
When man of God is touching them, don't let him.
Oh, come on, bro. You gotta be kidding me now, bro.
I better walk on this money. Woo! Get some anointing. You put something up here. Woo! Put this anointing on it. I'll put this anointing on it.
Wow.
I tell you what, you put something up here. I'm put this anointing on this money, man. Woo! Get some anointing. You put something up here.
Wow.
Put this anointing on it. Put this anointing on it. I tell you what, you put something up here. Put this anointing on it.
Yo, this is just crazy right here.
Put some anointing on this money. You put something up here. You put. Woo! Prosper, I said. Prosper. Give them the money, Lord. Send it to them. Glory to God.
And I'm not a religious person, but it's unfortunate that idiots like this, and I hate to use that word, that people such as him are making the ones that really do believe and really do good look so horrible.
Your bills are paid. Glory to God. Hallelujah.
This is just sad right here, bro. And they both think that's okay. And that's the same cat that wanted to get a new plane. Yeah, King, like, wow. Like, is it? If y'all hear an echo, we speak, you know, when I'm talking through the video, let me know.
I want to put some of those little moving bars and give everybody a little card. They stick it in a little computer slot. And if they were tithing, beautiful music would go off. And You know, welcome, welcome, welcome to the world, dog. But if they were non-tithers, the bar would lock up, the red and blue lights would start going, the siren would go off, and a voice would go throughout the entire dome. Crook, 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 crook. Security would go and apprehend them, and once we got them all together, we'd line them up in the front and pass out Uzis by the ushers. We'd point our Uzis right at all those non-tithing members because we want God to come to church. And at the count of 3 Jesuses, we'd shoot them all dead.
Did y'all hear this nigga? At the count of 3, we shoot dead all non-tithers. Wow. And people still show up?
Sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate brothers and sisters. Sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate ladies and gentlemen. Sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate brothers and sisters. Sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate ladies and gentlemen. Sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate brothers and sisters.
I say if they don't get out of town, we kill the men, we kill the women, we kill the children, we kill the babies, we kill the blind, we kill the cripple, we kill the crazy, we kill the faggots.
Okay, I don't know who put this video together, but there's no motherfucking way that he should be cooped in with all them other idiots. So we just gonna move on past that one. If anybody, because I didn't even like that, and again, I had never seen that video before. It was supposed to have been the top craziest black preachers of all time. And I for one am not putting Dr. Khaled in no bullshit ass shit like that. That's just me, you know. And to be quite honest, I'm assuming anybody who's tuned in would agree with me on that one. And if you don't, this is probably not the show for you. Matter of fact, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's not the show for you, to keep it a stack. But do anybody have any ideas on any clips they want to hear? Cause I could look up some shit, but and salute to you, Miss Denova 24. Like it was funny up until like that right there just really kind of ticked me off, you know. So it was funny really up to that point, and especially like, well, it was, I take it back, it was funny up until the one dude was, I don't know, quote unquote blessing the money, whatever he called that shit. You know, he was running across the money. Like that shit was funny up until, and then at that point it just became just really sad that it's individuals that, you know, and I'm not knocking you if you are a better person as a result of giving that man some money. I guess, and if it works for you, you happier. I just don't understand it. Like that is too much just for me personally. And I'm not, again, I ain't knocking you for whatever you believe or whatever you do, but you know, but under no circumstances does Dr. Khaled belong in the same fucking zip code, the same fucking planetary system as those geniuses. So let me see what I can come up with. I'm just looking right now, and just kind of just if you got a topic, you got a title, and if you just tuned in, basically what we're doing is we just been going over some clips, just shit off of YouTube, and kind of just giving our little thoughts on the shit. And I'm trying to keep them just for those, you know, it's a little easier to do it if we keep it under about 5 minutes, the clips. You feel me? And that way, people that's just tuning in can still kind of get a hold of what's going on before we even, you know, before they leave, to keep it a stack. You know, it's early in the morning. What you doing? You know, how's your life? I hope you're having a good day. And if not, I hope that there's something that we can do. We can make you laugh a little bit, make you think a little bit, maybe make you listen to an artist that you've never heard of. And maybe just help your day out just a little bit. And it's up to y'all too, you know. If you got an idea, you got an opinion of a video clip that we should watch, let us know. We'll check it out. You know, nothing outlandish, nothing, you know, super disrespectful. Even though putting Dr. Khaled in that last video was super disrespectful. Like most of these videos I'm watching at the same time you are. I don't know if you've watched these. Most of them today I have not watched. I started off a couple, you know, that I had watched just to pick them. I'm not gonna, you know, start show off knowing that I, you know, but as we went on, we got a couple, you know, requests or whatnot, and I picked a couple and just plucked them out the sky. So right now, and it's hard to really, like, I can't really, I don't know how to do it, at least with my limited setup, on how to listen to the YouTube without interfering with the microphone. You feel me? So, wait a minute, hold on. This one is called The Asian Black Pastor. And I'm assuming this is some offensive shit. I really am. But we'll see. The Asian Black Pastor. But that just, the title alone, I'm sorry, just for whatever reason, it just kind of piqued my curiosity.
Can I get an hallelujah? Hallelujah! People, if you've been broke, raise your hands. Amen. Oh, if you've been broke. Lord, everybody knows for the past 3 days I've been using the same paper plate. I had to use it last night. Put a hot piece of chicken on that paper plate. Burnt my hand. Burn chicken juice on my hand. Chicken juice on the hand. Burnt the chicken juice on my hand. Burn my hand. Can I get a paper plate?
Yeah, I'm a little stuck on that one right there. Can I get a paper plate?
Now it's
the fact that there was actually no picture of the members kind of tells you something. And apparently, I guess he was calling himself trying to be offensive. I don't know if you've been around Asian people, but they may actually eat way more chicken than black folks do. I don't know if they're aware of that part right there. So I'm assuming that was just supposed to be some asshole shit. I was again just plucking some shit out the sky. So don't shoot the messenger too much. That one, I should have known better. I should have known. You know, and I did have, like I said, I did have an idea that it may be offensive, but I did not realize it was gonna go that far with it. But what you got, you know, I feel you with that one, Kid Hebrew, and I feel you with that one too, Damien. Hey, y'all help a brother out then. Put me up on something, which I got, because right now I'm just really just scrolling, you know. Let me see, because I would like to get something that not necessarily we about to be like arguing over, but something that we may not all agree on to some extent. You know, like the ones I'm pretty certain Indeed and his friends. Yeah. Fuck them too. Like and the cameraman. You know, I don't know if the cameraman was paid. It was a friend, whatever. You know, fuck you too. All right, you know what? This looks interesting. Well, let me see. Now, how about, what y'all think about blaxploitation? You know, right now, what I did was, I went to YouTube and I put in Black Liberation clip. And so I'm just basically just going over some little clips just to see, you know, what's out there. Blackwater in Mississippi, is that like a is that a clip or is that a whole like documentary? Let me see. Black Liberation University Challenge. I'm curious to see what that entails. So let's load that up and see. And I don't even think that they had a commercial on there, so we might be Gucci with that too. Blackwater in Mississippi. Let me look that up in a second too.
Peace and Black Power families. Your educator, author, and activist, Brother Ajay Taimba, filming live on location in Harlem. I'm really excited today, y'all, because I have a proposition that I'm coming to you, the community, with, especially those of you who are already subscribed to Black Liberation University, my personal friends, and any of you who respect my work, my videos, and the videos that you've seen on the channel. Consider it a Black Liberation University challenge. I'd like those of you who respect the work that we do on this channel to record a 10 to 30 second clip. You can use your smartphone. You don't have to be in a studio with a professional camera. You're gonna say where you're from and why you think Black Liberation University is hot, or why you think people should check out Black Liberation University. Just make sure that you're in a well-lit area. Make sure that the video is clear. We want to use these clips to help promote this channel because people are telling us that they really respect the work we do and they think that we provide quality and relevant information. But we need your help because we feel that millions of people should be watching this channel and should be subscribed to it. If those of you who appreciate our channel make little clips, that will help us get there.
Yo, I don't know if you fuck with them or not. Let me know. If you do, what do you think? You know, that's dope. You know, I wish them all the success in the world if they putting some good information out there.
You all will get
quality
a copy
information. Yeah,
of one of my books.
My bad, but if they putting some good quality information in out there, hey, that's dope. All right, and you know what? I do got that Blackwater, Mississippi. It was a couple of them, so I just picked one. Wow, just the first picture of it is just pretty bad.
Here recently, I put out an alert in regards to the Louisiana water supply, where they were telling residents that there is an amobia or a bacteria that can get up inside of the head and through the nasal passage and start to eat away at the brain. Now, this can be life-threatening. One of the crazy things about this, though, is that they turn around and tell people it's okay to drink it. We've seen this repeated water issue across the country. So now again, we have another issue. This time, it's in Mississippi. As you can see here, black water is just flowing out of everyone's sinks. And they're being told that it is safe to drink this. This is just getting completely absurd. I'm wondering how far individuals in this country are going to let this go before they realize we have a major issue. Are they going to wait till this is happening in their neck of the woods and it's commonplace and they finally realize no one's doing anything to fix it? Is that what it's going to take? Before people get up off their tail and start coming together, start talking, start putting pressure on those that have sold us out, that have put us in this position? Because there's plenty of funds floating around out there. It's just everyone's snatching it up for their own benefit. They're not putting it toward fixing the infrastructure, fixing this country, which is where all that taxpayer money should be going. Well, this is what we get in return. And I just think it's sick and it's sad that individuals across this country have to deal with situations like this. It's not just here. I hear it from people all across the board, from Texas to both coastlines, to where they're having issues. But this is the latest. Wanted to let it be known. I'm going to leave a link here. If you guys got anything like this going on in your neck of the woods, let me know. Dabu7yahoo.com. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for more.
Wow. Damn. Like, and the sad part is that we all getting used to it. We used to Flint having fucked up water now. Every so often, you know, like some of the same orgs I see been riding and trying to do something for Flint for the longest. Right, you right, bud. Man, like them deep water well pumps. Yep. Yeah. We need land, bruh. Because, and I think that, and I've been telling people this for years, the problem that the surrounding areas of Detroit have with Detroit is not even that it's a black city. It's because Detroit actually runs the water hub in that area, and they're trying to get that water back. That's why they really been going after Detroit. You know, the Great Lakes, you know, that's, you know, when shit jump off, that's really going to be a source of a lot of people's water. They know that. But that's just my 2 cents, my little my little opinion or whatnot. But we so not prepared. I didn't realize it was so widespread though. Wow, in Mississippi, what did he say? Louisiana too? And he been getting, the same shit from across the country. Are you kidding me? And somehow this is not making it, as a collective story that we spend so much money trying to quote unquote fix shit above ground. You look at some of these major cities, the pipes have not been fixed or changed in a century or more. So what do we expect? And they know this, and we're not doing anything about it. And as citizens, we ain't, that's so far down the list of fucked up shit in our daily lives that long as it ain't affecting us directly, we got nothing to say. But it's going to start affecting a lot more of us, apparently. That was a really interesting choice right there. Salute to you, bruh. Salute to you, King Hebrew. That was a really interesting choice right there. And I think Damien wanted to hear this. Lucas, is that what it is? Joyner. Joyner Lucas Frozen.
Damn, this is not alright. How the fuck I end up on the other side of life? No more hanging with my friends, no more riding bikes, no more brushing Barbie's hair, no more flying kites, no more school, no more learning from me, no more youth, no more juice, no more hula hoops or Suzy Q's. Wish I could kiss my mama bye. And if she ever see me like this, she be traumatized. No, this is not alright, but nothing is. Shit. I barely got to live, I'm just a kid. Look at me, look what you fucking did, I'm fucking dead. Damn. No, this wasn't even my fault. Now I'm speaking with the lights off. I don't think they hear me. It ain't no more TV, no more dancing. No more sleepovers or no candy, no more camping. No more kisses from my daddy cause I left and died. All because this stupid bitch wanted to text and drive.
Watch the glass fly. Ain't no way you can go back. Float away, float away, float away, yeah, yeah. We're frozen in this moment. Ain't no way you can go back. Float away, float away, float away, yeah, yeah.
Auto pieces, oil leaking, dripping, gasoline. Doors open, windows broken, glass shattered dreams. Holy Bibles, open beer bottles at the scene. Now look at us. No more coming home from work and cooking dinner for my man. No more praying for my sins. No more stunting on the gram. No more Thanksgiving holidays or pictures with the fam. No more vacation plans to everywhere I never been. It's all gone now. Look what you did. Look what you did. Damn. I should've never got inside your car. I should've stayed home or just went shopping at a different store. I should've waited or just caught an Uber, but I lived too far. No more tantrums. It ain't no more questions, no more answers. No more homework with my daughter, no more second chances. No more baby in my belly, sad to say we died. All because you choose to drink and drive. Why? Always been a one for challenges and different thrills. Open alleys while I'm speeding, that shit gives me chills. Hitting corners, riding fast, and that shit's really real. My mama always said if I don't chill, that shit gon' get me killed. It's too late. I say goodbye. No more driving reckless, thinking I won't pay the price. No more taking life for granted, I just wasted mines. Oh my God, I just died trying to raise some dreams.
Oh shit. Watch the glass fly. Ain't no way you can go back. Float away, float away, float away, yeah, yeah. We're frozen in this moment. Ain't no way you can go back. Float away, float away, float away, yeah, yeah.
Yo, that was dope. Very, very, very poignant too. Like, wow, that just, like, that's one of those joints that actually makes you think about your own actions. You know, and it's one of those rare occasions where the video captures the song perfectly. You know, wow, that was some deep shit right there, bro. Shout out to you, bro, Damien. Shout out to King Hebrew. And anybody else out there, if you got a recommendation for a video we can watch together, let me know. Wait a minute, hold on. I gotta play this one because it just seems a little ratchet, and I feel a little ratchet right now. But this is apparently a certified goon. Judge Joe Brown gets cussed the hell out. Y'all want to see Judge Brown get cussed the hell out? I don't know. I don't want to see Judge Brown get cussed the hell out. I had read that wrong. Initially, I thought Judge Joe Brown was cussing somebody out, but I don't want to really put, like that. I don't know. And I'm damn sure not trying to listen to R. Kelly's 19-minute diatribe on, from my understanding, his admissions of guilt, allegedly. Let me repeat that, allegedly. But this might be an interesting one too. We'll check this one out, and let me load it up right quick. But I do believe this is on breast cancer with the sisters. So, that's something that definitely needs to be talked about. And there's a lot of sisters out there struggling, and they need help. We can all do better, myself included. That's why I say we. Got a lot of our people out there hurting.
If somebody was diagnosed with cancer, and I've done this, I've been into grocery stores or department stores or wherever I am, I hand out a card and I tell them, do it holistically.
What's interesting with this is that this is the commercial for this particular video. And this video is supposed to be about black women and breast cancer. And who do they show right before our video? What's that telling people subconsciously? And they know that. Like we come second at all times. That's just a really fucked up way to be, And I don't know if anybody else saw that, but that's exactly what I saw out of this. And I bet you this is going to be one of their longer commercials too. And I don't want people to say, well, they get cancer too. I know they do. But that's not what the title of the video is. And if you are going to show a commercial, especially on a topic such as sensitive as this one, make the video relevant. The commercial relevant to the video. It's black women that could be doing the same commercial. That's just my 2 cents on that particular topic. And the crazy part, look how long this shit is. Like this commercial is probably as long as the clip. I think the clip is like 2 minutes and some change. It's some local TV station. I'm not sure which one, but it's not the longest clip in the world. But this shit is like I don't recall seeing one black person at all in this whole commercial. Not one. Apparently, I guess that's why it's Utopia, huh? Ain't got no black people there. Ain't got no black people on the wall, Sal. I swear I wish I could fast forward this, but I don't know how. Because I really am, and if you don't know, I've been in the medical profession for quite a few years now. So the stories about our health, even though I'm the absolute worst example of health you could imagine, and self-inflicted, just ironic, but it is what it is. I do enjoy seeing stories about our people and bringing light to certain.
Alarming new study shows black women are dying of breast cancer at much higher rates than white women. But the major U.S. city with the widest gap in survival rates is right here in Atlanta. So why our city? And what can be done to reverse that trend? The Fox Medical Team's Beth Galvin takes a look.
This is part of a nationwide trend. Researchers found in 42 out of 43 major U.S. cities they looked at, black women with breast cancer are dying at higher rates than white women. But why the survival gap that's the widest right here in Atlanta? It's a question that troubles the director of Grady's Avon Comprehensive Breast Center, where 90% of the patients, like Marie Jackson, are African American women.
Good to see you today. How are you doing?
Marie Jackson is both excited and on edge to be finally free of breast cancer after 2 long, grueling years.
I was devastated when I found out because I said, oh, not me.
Jackson, who's a 65-year-old retired nurse, says she put off getting her mammogram for 5 years because she felt it was too painful. She did perform monthly breast self-exams, but even when she felt a small lump under her arm, she waited, thinking she wasn't at risk because she had no family history of breast cancer.
Because the myth was it was hereditary, and nobody in my family had it, so I didn't think I would have it.
And Jackson's doctor, Cheryl Gabram, director of Grady's Avon Comprehensive Breast Center, says she's seeing an alarming trend here of too many black women being diagnosed late when their breast cancer is much harder to treat.
I think there's a lot of fear still about being diagnosed with breast cancer, and can it be treated? Can it be successfully treated? What will it cost? There are some real financial issues that our patients are concerned around.
And a new study sponsored by the Avon Foundation shows that black women in the U.S. are losing ground in the fight against breast cancer. Researchers found that black women are 43% more likely to die of breast cancer than white women. And the survival gap is the widest right here in Atlanta. Dr. Gabram thinks the economic downturn hit African American women here especially hard. And she says many are still confused about when to start getting screened for breast cancer. She says if they can get women into their center early, they can save their lives.
It is all about dispelling the myths, dispelling the fears, getting women to come in, and honestly, for us healthcare providers to educate women that there are resources out there where we can provide them with help, financial help.
Dr. Gabram says cost is a huge barrier, especially for women who are single and providing for families. There are programs, however, that will cover the cost of breast and cervical cancer screenings for women. But Dr. Gabram says Atlanta has to do a better job of reaching out to women who are falling through the cracks. For the Fox Medical Team, I'm Beth Galvin.
Now that's fucked up, man, that people actually got to choose between getting yourself checked out and paying bills. That is just one of the absolute worst tragedies of this country, is that we can pay for a whole host of other shit, but 43% more likely to die than their white counterparts. 43%? That is just that's a genocide. Like 43%. I mean, I just can't wrap my head around the fact that the number is that big. And man, and they are right in one aspect, is that in some areas, even those of us who do, I appreciate that, King. I am too. I am glad I showed that video, but I will say that some of us, even with insurance, are not taking advantage of the fact that we have insurance. We really aren't, and we definitely could do better, and myself included. Oh man, like me going to the sisters and brothers, get yourself checked out. 'Cause me going to the doctor is like, that is a really, 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 really tough thing for my queen to get me to go to the doctor. And I don't know what it is. I don't have like a rationale that I can adequately explain that would make sense, but I don't. Maybe it's just a phobia that I just don't want to acknowledge, or maybe it's a fear that I'm not seeing, consciously but subconsciously. I don't know what it is, or maybe it's egotistical. I still think I'm 20 or some shit, and I'm not. I don't know what it is, but I personally need to do better, you know. So if you out here and you know your body better than you, I mean better than anybody else, excuse me, and if something is not right, get it checked out, please, you know. And actually, I got another one that I just happened to run across. And again, I haven't seen this video. It's got 105 likes and 1 dislike. And it's on Your Black World, which actually I've watched a few things off of Your Black World, and I have enjoyed and been actually informed by the things that I've seen on their channel. So shout out to them. And let's check this one out and see what's up with this one. Now, I'm not trying to lose weight, bro.
Hi, my name is Crystal Foster, and I am the writer and producer of Traits. Traits is a feature-length script about a woman named Chandler who has sickle cell disease, but it's also about family. It's about sisterhood and how this disease can affect so many people and so many lives. I graduated from NYU Tisch School of the Arts, and I wrote this script my last semester, 2014, spring of 2014. And I wrote it because I have a friend from high school who suffers from sickle cell disease. And a couple of years ago, she almost died.
My name is Kenneth Jones. I've known Crystal for about 20 plus years. Yes, I have sickle cell anemia disease. I was diagnosed at the age of 5. The lack of awareness and the lack of support that people with sickle cell anemia disease get, it just baffles me. People fail to realize that sickle cell is not only a physical, but an emotional disease to have to deal with.
And I didn't realize how severe this disease was. And when I was talking to people about the disease, and I told them, you know, keep her in your prayers, she has sickle cell disease, 95% of the people said, what's sickle cell disease?
Sickle cell disease is they call it a hemoglobinopathy. That means it's a disorder of the hemoglobin in your body. Hemoglobin is a protein molecule that carries oxygen, and there's a structural defect in the genes, and so that you do not carry as much oxygen, and the cells actually take on the shape of a sickle, what people would use to cut hay or something like that, and that's how it got its name, is because of the shape. And these cells, when they congregate, they tend to block blood vessels and the blood flow, which causes pain and other complications.
As a writer, I wanted to bring more attention to this disease. So I started writing this script while I was a student at NYU. And after I finished the script, I found out I won the Alfred P. Sloan Award.
For Crystal's script, I was an advisor during the development process with her, and then a judge on the Sloan Committee that ultimately gave her the award for the 2014 term of it. One of the striking things we find when we get science scripts are they're trying to copy what other scripts are. They're trying to do biopics. The thing that was always striking from the start with Traits was that it was a very human story, and it was being told specific to the condition and specific to the community it was in. And I know I felt from the start that if we could get an audience to actually see the finished movie, it would not only move and entertain them, but ultimately might make a difference in people's lives and understandings of this condition.
This script is just a long time coming, and it is what the sickle cell community definitely needs. And I know from being a sickle cell advocate and as close as I am with my friends that have sickle cell, that we can all relate to this movie. So I thank Crystal so much.
The script has a rare opportunity, again, if it's made as a movie so people can see it, to bring awareness to this condition that I think to a lot of people is a mystery, and is this sort of, it always will be a scary thing, but it's an unknown thing. And Crystal's script does a very good job of showing the real human scale ramifications of what it is and what it is to live with it.
I'm very passionate about this project. This is an independent movie, so that means it's even more difficult to make it. And I feel like because I've received some feedback or people weren't as passionate about the project, I want to bring my passion into this project as a writer and a producer so I can make sure that this film is done the best way it possibly can to bring more awareness. So this is where you come in. Unfortunately, films are not cheap to make, especially when you do not have the help of a studio. We need locations, we need hospital scenes, we need casting, producers. So please support, even $1 can help. So join me to help bring awareness to sickle cell disease through the arts by helping me fund my Indiegogo campaign. Have a great day.
And I just want to make sure that people could see where you can donate and everything to that. That is a topic that is horribly underrepresented as far as dialogue in our community, and something that we literally could eradicate by just a little communication. And I don't understand, like, when you're born, they test you for all type of shit. Why, as black people, why don't they test you for the sickle cell trait? And that's something that your parents can tell you early on, so you can know to have that discussion with somebody. Because I don't know if anybody out there knows. And let me see. And just to go back a little bit, Miss Denova, I hate to hear that too. I hope that your friends are okay. I really do. But if you've known anyone that has sickle cell, when they have a crisis, wow. I mean, it is something really, really, really horrible to see. And especially if it's somebody that you love, you feel so helpless. You can't do anything, and it again, it is literally crippling for them during that crisis. So definitely a dialogue we need to have. And if you just tuned in, this is My Skin is My Sin Radio. We just looking at some clips, just some random clips, some random clips off YouTube. So if you got any ideas, any recommendations, any suggestions, just put it in the comment section, and I'll definitely check it out. Because most of the stuff I haven't seen, like that last one, no idea that young queen was making that movie. And shout out to her, and shout out to her friend. I hope she's okay too. And people with sickle cell do not, if I remember correctly, do not have the quote unquote normal lifespan as the rest of us. As opposed to a healthy black person. And if I'm wrong, explain that one to me. And this right here, I just happen to be checking. Let me see. Yeah, this is about 8 minutes long. But it's Brother Malcolm. How can you not play Brother Malcolm? Especially you just stumbled upon it. Hey, it is what it is. So, and while I'm playing Malcolm X, if you got a question, you got a comment, something you want us to talk about the show, let us know.
Malcolm X. Sir, what's the real reason why you two men split? Is it merely ideological, or is it personality? What else?
Probably personality. It was not the statement that originally was given by the movement when we split. It's more personality than anything else.
You've called people like Martin Luther King, who just got a Nobel Peace Prize, an Uncle Tom. Is this correct, first?
Well, I'd rather say that in the States, there's a law that has recently been passed, or a decision handed down by the court, wherein if you call someone an Uncle Tom, they can sue you for libel.
Well,
so I never refer to them as Uncle Toms. I would say that Uncle Martin is my friend.
Uncle Martin is your friend, yet you would disagree with his approach to what he wants to accomplish.
Definitely. If his approach would bring about what the black man in America needs to completely eliminate the problem that we have, I would say well and good. But I very much doubt that anyone who adopts the approach that Martin Luther King has been teaching to our people in that country can point to any meaningful gains that has actually served to solve the problem.
Black Muslims have sometimes, whether you have or not, and I think probably you have sometimes, it seemed to me, been preaching hate to meet hate.
I don't advocate any kind of hate.
But there's a lot of talk that sounds very much like it.
No, I think that the guilt complex of the American white man is so profound until when you begin to analyze the real condition of the black man in America, instead of the American white man eliminating the causes that create that condition, he tries to cover it up by accusing his accusers of teaching hate. But actually, they're just exposing him for being responsible for what exists.
Well, that's something of an argument, but I've heard speeches made by some of the people of your group. I think I've heard you make speeches. It seemed to me that you were advocating what I would have to describe, I think, as violence to meet the serious injuries that have been done your people, with which I totally agree.
I don't call that violence. I don't in any way encourage black people to go out and initiate acts of aggression indiscriminately against whites. But I do believe that the black man in the United States and any human being, anywhere, is well within his right to do whatever is necessary, by any means necessary, to protect his life and property, especially in a country where the federal government itself has proven that it is either unable or unwilling to protect the lives and property of those human beings.
Just before Pierre takes it, you've got a pretty good fighter and the world's heavyweight champion lined up with you to help out. Yes, Pierre.
Well, Mr. X, if I guess I call you that, is that the proper appellation, yes. Mr. X? I'm wondering if you still believe, as I think you certainly did at the time you were allied to the Black Muslim movement, in a segregated black nation in North America.
I don't believe in any form of segregation or any form of racism. I'm against any form of segregation and against racism.
Is it, am I right in saying that the Black Muslim movement, which you have left, did believe in that?
Well, Elijah Muhammad taught his followers that the only solution was a separate state for black people. And as long as I thought he genuinely believed that himself, I believed in him and believed in his solution. But when I began to doubt that he himself believed that that was feasible, and I saw no kind of action designed to bring it into existence or bring it about, then I turned in a different direction.
Are you still a Muslim yourself?
Oh, yes. I'm a Muslim. I believe in the religion of Islam, which believes in brotherhood, complete brotherhood of all people. But at the same time that I believe in this brotherhood, I don't believe in forcing my desire for brotherhood upon those who aren't willing to accept it.
Of course, I think the Christians would say that they also believed in brotherhood. What did you say to that?
I'd say they believe in it, but don't practice it.
Well, that'd be a pretty good answer.
Sir, when the muezzin goes up in the minaret twice a day, he cries to the world, there is but one God, and he is Allah. Do you deny that there is a Christian God?
The muezzin does this 5 times a day.
5 times, and I only heard him twice.
Well, you were fortunate to hear him twice. But he does this 5 times a day, and the same God that he says that he expresses the existence of is the God that the Christians profess to believe in themselves, and the God that the Jews believe in. One God, the creator of the universe. The Muslims believe in the God that created the universe, and I think the Christians do, and the Jews do. Now, as long as all of them are talking about the creator, the Jews may call him Jehovah, and Christians may have another name for him. Those who are Arabic-speaking refer to him as Allah. Well, we believe in the same God.
Now, as the Muslim religion advances in the United States, are you modernizing it or sticking with the old faiths? For example, the complete segregation of the sexes.
I think that everything today on this earth is being modernized. Religious principles and practices, as well as political and other things.
Now, when you went to Mecca, this is a very sacred and forbidden city. I tried to get to Mecca myself and certainly didn't make it, not being a Muslim. But how would they accept you as one? You're an American. There are few American Muslims.
This is true, and by being an American and not having not being able to speak the Arabic language, I did strike a snag, a very serious snag, but I was fortunate to have been pretty well known by the officials in Arabia, and they knew too that I had accepted Orthodox Islam. It had been highly publicized in the paper, and I became a guest of the state. I was a guest of Prince Faisal, the present King Faisal, and they made it possible for me to go before the committee, Hajj committee or Hajj court, who examines you and asks you questions about your belief, and if you pass it, then you are okay to go to Mecca. But it's
you would
true.
have to have a translator then.
Oh, I had one.
Yeah, Betty?
Mr. X, since your split with the Black Muslim movement, have you formed your own group?
Yes.
And also, you say that you don't believe that Martin Luther King has solutions. What are your solutions?
Well, first, we formed two groups. The split resulted in the formation of two groups. Those who left the Black Muslim movement regrouped into what has now become known as the Muslim Mosque Incorporated, which is strictly religious, based upon the religion as it is taught in Mecca and Cairo and other centers of Islamic religious learning. Then realizing that our problem in America, that we are black Americans and we have a problem that goes beyond religion, we formed a group known as the Organization of Afro-American Unity. And the objective of this organization, it's non-religious, number one, any Negro can belong to it, and the objective of that organization is to bring about a condition that will guarantee respect and recognition of the 22 million black Americans as human beings.
Now, this is very laudable, but how?
Well, by any means necessary. We feel that the problem, number one, of the black man in America is beyond America's ability to solve. It's a human problem, not an American problem or a Negro problem. And as a human problem or a world problem, we feel that it should be taken out of the jurisdiction of the United States government and the United States courts and taken into the United Nations in the same manner that the problems of the black man in South Africa, Angola, and other parts of the world, and even the way they're trying to bring the problems of the Jews in Russia into the United Nations because of violation of human rights. We believe that our problem is one not of violation of civil rights, but a violation of human rights. Not only are we denied the right to be a citizen in the United States, we're denied the right to be a human being.
Mr. X, may I thank you very much for coming on our program and perhaps clearing away some of the cobwebs of misconception that some of us might have had about your belief. And I think you're a very sincere man, and it takes a lot of courage to admit a former belief is wrong, and we congratulate you for that and the service you performed tonight in giving us your views. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's an interesting one right there. Which I think, fam. And my apologies for that. But clearly he had left the nation at that point. And personally, he had grown. Now, whether people agreed with that growth or not is that's probably, well, I won't say it's probably a million shows. It has been a million shows. Love Malcolm X from the beginning to the end, and he is why I love Tupac. And I know most people wouldn't put the two together, but if you look at the life pattern, very similar in my opinion. The mistakes early on, the growth as they matured, being cut down so early in their primes. Although Pac went a lot earlier, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I'm not. You're not about to learn shit from me. I'm just giving you my opinions on shit. But I do think that there was a lot of similarities, and just that their ability to disseminate wisdom and knowledge and make it palatable for even the simplest person. But that's just my 2 cents on that right there. Well, I take that back. The change from black to human, I found that a little interesting too. As a practical way to get a message out there, that's probably, I guess it would be more palatable to white folks, basically, to say human instead of black. So and I understand it's probably religious based in him saying that, because what he found was, from his standpoint, at least from my understanding, is that Islam was a lot bigger than he thought it was, and it was a lot more equitable, so to speak, than he thought it was. It's just my little 2 cents on shit. I'm sure y'all will correct me if I'm wrong. Do me a favor, share the show. I don't know how long we've been going. Damn, 2.5 hours. All right, I got one more video and then I'm out. and I think it's Chris Rock. We'll see. If it's Chris Rock, I'm pretty sure it's a long ass commercial too. Oh,
I do a lot of racial humor. You know why? I was bused to school when I was a kid. Very hard being bused, man. Had to get up every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to school and compete with white kids that didn't have to wake up until 8. And that's not fair. You know, say you got a lower mark on the test, I got a teacher going, oh, Chris can't read. I'm like, no, Chris is fucking tired, right? The crazy thing is, people talk about being bused to school. I got bused to school. Like, you're supposed to get bused to school to go to a better neighborhood and get a better education and all that shit. I got bused to school into a poor white neighborhood. A neighborhood worse than the one I lived in. Everybody's scared of black people. Everybody's scared of Puerto Ricans. Yo, ain't nothing scarier than poor white people. Even white people are scared of poor white people. Hey, keep those white people away from us. Yo, they live under the trailer home, right? They weren't white trash, they're like white toxic waste. A bunch of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo looking people. That's who I went to school with. And they hated my guts. They hated me. Because my family had more money than them. We didn't even have money, but we had more money than them. And right then I learned my lesson, boy. Nothing that a white guy with a penny hates more than a nickel with a nickel. A lot of women here. That's good. I like women. My mother's a woman. That helps. Women control the whole thing, man. Women control. They're so fucking cool. Women have male friends. Women have male friends, platonic friends. What the fuck is that shit about? That's like the biggest scam in the world. No man ever looked at a woman and said, damn, she fine. Damn, she is so fine. She's so fine, I want to make her my friend. Never. Women are like, they will have 10 platonic friends. And nothing. Can a guy have some women friends? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Women are cool. This is how cool women are. A woman can walk in a party with her man. There'll be 4 guys in the party that she fucked, and it will not faze her one bit. She will introduce her man to every one of those guys like there is nothing to it. I want you to meet Brad, and this is Kevin, and this is Mark, and this is Michael. They're all my friends. A man, if you're walking down the street with your woman, and you see a bitch you fucked in 1972, you will cross the street. That's how fly women are. Women are fly, boy. Women got it good, man. Women got it so good. Women always have 2 men in their lives, too. Always 2. It's like the guy they're fucking and the guy they should be fucking. A lot of guys aren't laughing because they don't know which one they are right now. Like, who am I? Now, women, who are you fucking? Your man. That's right, your man. You and your man used to have a real relationship. Now you do is fuck. You and your man used to talk on the phone for hours. Couldn't get off the phone. I miss you too. I miss you much. How much? Too much. That much. Way too much. Ooh, I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Goo, 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 goo. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you on the star. I miss you. Oh, I miss you. It's getting late. It's getting late. Okay. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Okay. Good night. banger. I don't know, man. I like older women. I'm into older women, man. Not, not Weezy Jefferson old. Just older than me. Because young girls are full of shit. They like what they like. So I want them to be this tall, want his hair to be like this, want his eyes to be like this, want to walk like this, talk like this, work here, all this bullshit that got nothing to do with hair and hair. Now you get an older woman single, she's like, hey, I just want a man. He got a dick and a job, I'm happy. You know what else? Older women cook. Older women will cook you up some shit. Older women know the power of the pot. They will make you something. Young girl can't make nothing but reservations. Older women know the power of the pot. So they got all these shows on TV, Oprah and Sally Jesse and all this shit telling women how to get a man and all these books, how to get a man. Yo, women, you want to get a man? This is what you do. You put a pot on a stove. Every day at 6 o'clock, a man will show up to that pot. Yo, fellas, am I lying? Hell no. A pot on a stove. Every day, not once a week, not twice a week, every fucking day at 6 o'clock, a man, men from miles around that you have never met will show up to that pot. But they got all this shit how to get a man. You dress like this and do your hair like this and walk like this and talk like this and sex this and sex that. Anybody can suck a dick. But gravy's a whole nother story. Well, I would take a sweet potato pie over a big ass any day. I will drop kick a girl for some banana pudding. Ice cold banana pudding, been sitting in the refrigerator all night. Get your ass
My goodness. Oh, that was just hilarious right there, man. What? I'm not sure what you mean, Alan. I'm not really sure. If you could explain that in detail, I'm lost on that one, bro. But that was some funny shit, man. That really was some funny shit, man. Like I say, just some shit, we just felt like, hey, let's watch some videos and chop it up about them. And they don't have to be about anything all super particular. Some shit, if I find it to be too offensive, I will cut it off midstream. I did that once this show, and I picked the video. Hey, it is what it is. And, we're trying to stick with things that you think that would affect us. So if you got something you want us to check us out, just be on the lookout for another show, and we'll do it again. Unless y'all just say it's trash. If it's trash, we'll act accordingly too. But shout out to you. Don't forget to check us out every Thursday at blogtalkradio.com. My Skin Is My Sin. And subscribe to the channel. Don't forget we on Instagram and Twitter. My Skin Is My Sin, #1 for both of them. Look us up on Facebook. My Skin Is My Sin. Check out KMLportraits.com. Afi is a phenomenal artist. If you don't know, you need to find out about that. Check out designsbymonet.com. That's my baby girl, my daughter, doing her thing. So shout out to her. Shout out to the family. You already know Liberation Minded Media. That is Through the Knowledge Radio, Black Eyes Dan Radio, My Skin Is My Sin, and The Rundown with Renee. I'll always have and always will be family. And if I missed you, and don't forget, shout out to blackspot.com, BLAQ spot.com. Shout out to melanatedpeoples.net. Those are social media sites that were started by us and for us. Shout out to you, Dahudi. Shout out to Alan. And I'm trying to, and you know what? Since we got a couple more people, if y'all want, and I ain't got shit to do today. I just figured people was bored of it. If you got any ideas, any videos right quick that you'll want us to check out, let us know. I'll load it up and we can watch it together. Nothing like extremely ridiculous. Come on, we grown here too. Shout out to King Hebrew. You're gonna shout yourself out, huh? My bad. My bad on that one, bro. Shout out to King Hebrew. And shout out to Damien. Shout out to Rome. Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. I did say the Hootie and Ali. Yep. Shout out to MPK. Too. Damn, where was I? I lost my train of thought. The plugs. I think I got everything out. And don't forget, on myskinismysin.com, you can check archives of all the old shows. You can also cop some merchandise. You can check out some music. You can leave a comment. Rate it for us and rate the fan page. I'm gonna give it a minute or two to see if anybody else wanted to go over another video. And just because I can, while we do that, I'm gonna play this Petey Greene again, just because I can.
And tonight I'm gonna tell it like it is, because I'm gonna give you Petey Greene's interpretation of Black history. When Jack Johnson got a note from the Ku Klux Klan saying, get up tonight and we're gonna hang you tomorrow, and he went on to knock the sucker out in the 63rd round. That's the Black history. When the Japs came out of Pearl Harbor in 1941, December the 7th, they come out the sun, hit over top of Pearl Harbor, land coming around, dropping bombs. Here's a black man down in the galley, which is known as the kitchen, who had never manned a gun before, had never shot no gun, because that time black people in the Navy didn't do nothing but wash floors and cook and wash pots and pans. He throwed off his apron, ran up on the deck, and shot down 22 Japanese Zeros. His name was Dory Miller. That's Black history. History is made at your own dinner table. History is made in your backyard, in your school. I'm sweating now, because I'm fired up.
I'm sweating now, because I'm fired up. I'm out, fam. Hit me up if y'all want to do this again. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how to get in touch with
a successful.
And do I even got the sad part is the intros ain't got no song on them. I did want to kind of end with a song, and you know what? I think we're gonna do that anyway. And as usual, we gonna end up with Brick the Foundation, and hopefully I did that. Oh yes, that is perfect right there. We're gonna end this little joint. And if you do not fuck with Brick the Foundation, something is wrong with your whole spirit. Something is wrong with your ears. You need to go fix both and go to www.itsmebrick.com. And after this joint, you'll understand what I'm saying. So without further ado, and hopefully without a commercial, I can shut up and bump some Brick the Foundation.
Brother Sarah Sunseti, and I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. Gonna give a mad motherfucking shout out to my nigga Brick the Foundation. That nigga about to drop that Black Fist LP. Nigga, digging they chest. Digging they motherfucking chest, man. You know what this shit is about. This shit is revolution. Remember that. This is your mans. You need me, nigga, holler. Black power.
I got some knowledge that I wanna share. Welcome to this rare air. Take a seat, have a seat. Royalty. We about to feast like kings. What that mean? Everybody about to eat. Black Wall Street. Watch dollar circulate. Skin dark as coffee with no cream. Kings rule everything around me. I'm sitting at this round table, kicking on my feet, trying to come up with a plan, a blueprint, so to speak. Young knockers run the next century. We ain't playing no games with you either, homeboy. Treat the situation like a new injury, so I'm watching from the sidelines, just spectate. The foundation, yeah, I rep the nation. Please excuse my greatness. Super melanated, universal creations. My statements is heavy. I hope that you're ready. Shouts out Rasul and said he broke the levees. What up, dollar power just flows. Trying to be a poet like brother, but they wouldn't let me, so I'm flexing, got my fist held high. High people on my mind, middle fingers low, trying to oppress me. Who needs some poo? Young soldiers, we more than unique recruits. My people are the ones that I'm speaking to. If we don't make a change, then who do we leave it to? Cause if you say Jesus, you better off calling on Beetlejuice. I'm afraid to the death, ain't no leisure suit. This feeling is so unbelievable. The counterbalance to the bullshit they feeding you. Shouts out to the general of the BPC, yes sir, we salute. My mental heavy, I just finished watching SETI. Better stock up ammunition just in case this shit get deadly. Stay low, aim high, reload, blow mine. Said it's time for a change. They don't start off with a bang, bang. My mental heavy, I just finished watching SETI. Better stock up ammunition just in case this shit get deadly. Stay low, aim high, reload, blow mine. Said it's time for a change. They don't start off with a bang. You see my pride, I wear it on my sleeves. Put it all in this music, so I keep it on repeat. RBG, these vibrations, yeah, they high frequencies. So unique, 666 make my melanin complete. That holy Bible is so holy. Draw the markers as the beast, case like animals. Prison overrunners, cause they give our folks the maximum. Don't like my vernacular, royal blood, El Cabulon. Native roots of Africa, do it big like mastodons. When the elephants tussle, the whole jungle suffers. No lying, I bullshit you not, I'm no matador. Right now I'm just building my catalog. My mind made up, ain't no fences to straddle on. Realize that you gotta pick a side for it's time and the battle's on. Tell me what you gon' do if you wait too late. Better hurry up and choose before you meet your fate. No sheeps, just wolves might eat your face. 100% dissatisfaction is what it takes for some shit to change. Realize about to switch the game. We still on track, we just switched the train. Can't be derailed, we will prevail. Either you with me or you in the way. So put your fist up and feel the same. My mental heavy, I just finished watching SETI. Better stock up ammunition just in case this shit get deadly. Stay low, aim high, reload, blow mine. Said it's time for a change. They don't start off with a bang, bang. My mental heavy, I just finished watching SETI. Better stock up ammunition just in case this shit get deadly. Stay low, aim high, reload, blow mine. Said it's time for a change. They don't start off with a bang, bang.
Then let thy will be done. This your brother Sarah Soon said, he said, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education. Step up, black people. I love you. Be black at your ass
real soon. That's just a dope ass song. That's just a old, I mean, I don't say that's just, but that's an old classic from Brick the Foundation. Like, I'm telling you, go to the website, dude got a lot of shit. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Shout out to everybody that tune in tomorrow in 100 years and 1,000 years. And if you do, make sure you explain greatness to others. My Skin is My Sin. This radio is in a building. Appreciate your time, your wisdom, and your effort. Holler at me if you want to hear something.